It all began in 1964 at a place called Sky Ranch. Today, the tradition continues at an old abandoned Air Force base on the edge of the Nevada desert. Every September, they come, flying across the lofty ridges of the Sierra Nevada Range, across the blue waters of Lake Tahoe, and down into the green meadows of the Truckee River. To the bright lights and excitement of Nevada, they come. Not all will win, but they knew that going in. For this is no ordinary town, and they've come to play no ordinary game. This is Skyfire, bringing to life the power, the excitement of the National Championship Reno Air Races. We're walking through the pit area, where once more, World War II aircraft stand side by side on the line, at the ready. These giant warbirds once flew off into the sun for the serious business of aerial combat. Many never returned. Their guns are silent now, but one can't help but stand in awe of what was once America's frontline defense. If you like old airplanes, you can spend hours in the pit area. Just watching classics like this P-38 Lightning takeoff gives you a chill. Whether you fly or not, it's just fun to stroll and look to your heart's content. There's always something in here. You'll see them all here. Corsairs, Hawker Sea Furies, Mustangs, Bearcats, Air Cobras. The list goes on and on. Not all planes bear U.S. markings. Japan, Germany, it's all part of the pageant. Here in the pit, mechanics are everywhere, making last-minute adjustments to their giant 3,000 horsepower Rolls-Royce engines. Each aircraft has been highly modified for speed. Air racing is very serious business. Pilots may fly their planes around the course, but ask anyone in the pit who knows. They'll tell you. It's at the end of a wrench where races are won and lost. Skyfire begins with one of the most popular and powerful attractions. When it comes to precision flying, it's hard to beat the United States Navy Blue Angels. Let's listen in to the air race announcer.
Since 1946, the Blue Angels have had the rare privilege of demonstrating for the American public the precision techniques of naval aviation, hoping to inspire our young men and women to choose careers in the United States Navy and Marine Corps. Observe the military manner in which our 6 demonstration pilots approach their aircraft and are saluted by their crew chiefs. They are receiving last-minute information concerning the status of their assigned aircraft. The Blue Angels fly the McDonnell Douglas A4F Skyhawk II, a single-seat light attack jet, versions of which have been operational throughout the fleet since 1956. Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels, from Winter Haven, Florida, Commander Dave Carroll. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right winger, our Marine Corps representative from Jackson, Mississippi, Captain Mark Lorenzen. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left winger, Richardson, Texas, Lieutenant Commander Scott Anderson. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot, in his 3rd year of the team from Arlington, Virginia, Lieutenant Commander Kevin Null. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Miles City, Montana, Lieutenant Commander Jim Ross. Flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Diablo, California, Lieutenant Commander Chris Ives.
The pilots receive last-minute instructions from the ground as they start their jet engines. In the Navy, even the ground crew has a planned routine. It's all part of the show. Now, as each pilot performs the rollout of his aircraft, watch how closely they bring each plane into line. One careless move and it's back to the barn for a new paint job. Precision on the ground as well as in the air. This is why the Blue Angels are recognized and admired as one of the best flight demonstration teams.
Demonstration, as well as the pilot for the 3 news media representatives we normally fly in showtime.
The Blue Angels slowly work their way out through the maze of taxiways on what was once Stead Air Force Base just outside Reno, Nevada.
In the traditional diamond formation, Blue Angels 2 and 3 will position their aircraft on the right and left wings of the Commander Carroll and Blue Angel number 1, with Blue Angel number 4 in the slot position just a few feet down and aft of the leader's exhaust. Initial demonstrated here this afternoon.
Commander Carroll on my right here, the leader of the Blue Angels, and Lieutenant Commander Miller on my left here is the slot pilot. Commander Carroll, could you tell us a little bit about the selection process and the pilots that make up this Blue Angel team?
Well, there's 6 of us. We have 1 Marine Corps pilot and 5 naval aviators. They all come with 6 to 10 years of service. We're all volunteers, and we have to have a minimum of 1,500 hours of carrier flying in order to apply. And uniquely to our particular squadron, we choose our own members.
Lieutenant Commander Miller, could you tell us a little bit about the maneuvers, the things that the people in the grandstands, you know, they wonder what you're going through when you're out there doing those fabulous maneuvers?
Well, the Blue Angel flight demonstration is made up of the diamond formation of which the boss and I fly. We're trying to demonstrate the very graceful and tight formations and rolling and looping maneuvers. The solo pilots are the ones that are demonstrating the maximum performance characteristics of the airplane itself, and they're the ones that are pulling 7 and 8 Gs off the flight line and do most of the upside-down flying. The upside-down flying, boss and I get to do one maneuver called the double farvel, and we found that flying upside down, you can see more and it's a lot more fun.
Fantastic.
The show is on as the Blue Angels roll down the main runway here at the Reno National Championship Air Races. Watch this next maneuver. See how incredibly close the pilot's wingtip comes to the asphalt at the bottom of his turn. Probably didn't see it, but two jets just passed each other only inches apart. Let's watch that again in slow motion. Here comes another high-speed pass. Watch for the second plane. Let's see that again from a different angle in slow motion. The Blue Angels are flying A-4 Skyhawk attack aircraft, just like the ones they fly off large aircraft carriers in faraway oceans all over the world. Find a more blue sky than September in northern Nevada. The temperatures are mild, the winds are calm, perfect aerobatic conditions. The Blue Angels perform in air shows all over the country. If you ever get a chance to see them in person, It's one show you will soon forget. Watch the precision of these two incoming aircraft. Here they are all together, the best flying demonstration team in the U.S. Navy. Watch closely. How about that pass? Let's see that again in slow motion. Smoke is on once again here on center stage at the National Championship Reno Air Races. These pilots make their aerobatic routines look so easy, you almost forget the tremendous speeds they're flying at. One after the other, the 6 Blue Angels come in for a picture-perfect three-point landing. Chutes are out, all is well.
All 6 aircraft are now on deck. Going down the runway, they'll slow from their approach and landing speed of 150 miles per hour down to a safe taxi speed. Just as the Blue Angels maintain minimum separation while in the air, they also maintain reduced separation while taxiing on the ground. The Blue Angels were first organized in 1946 at the Naval Air Station, Jacksonville, Florida, flying the F-6M Hellcat. The Blue Angel was actually just off to our left, but returning able to work perfectly over the barrel. After securing their engines and completing the short landing debrief, we return to the spectator area to immediately see and answer any questions that you might have concerning this afternoon's aerial demonstration. For the pilots being trained, I would like to take that final opportunity to introduce the 6 pilots to you. I would also like to remind you that our aircraft engines are extremely
Once again, watch the precision of these skilled pilots as they taxi their aircraft in formation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angels demonstration team.
The slot pilot, in his third year with the team from Arlington, Virginia, Lieutenant Commander Kevin Miller. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wing, last year's narrator from Richardson, Texas, Lieutenant Commander Scott Anderson. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wing, our Marine Corps representative from Jackson, Mississippi, Captain Mark Lorenzen. Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Winter Haven, Florida, Commander Dave Carroll. Ladies and gentlemen, representing your United States Navy and Marine Corps, the Blue Angels, 19...
Flying upside down in fast airplanes isn't just a sport for guys. This lady has been thrilling crowds all over the country with her fabulous performance. Please watch and enjoy Joanne Notke. As Joanne completes a flawless 8-point roll, we're going to pick up on one of the most graceful acts in the air. These brightly painted planes have become synonymous with outstanding air race shows across America. Sit back and enjoy the Golden Eagles. As the Golden Eagles peel off into the blue Nevada sky, we're going to take a close look, at an AT-6 SNJ race. These planes were once used to train pilots in the skills of air combat. Today, their brightly colored coats of paint help to dim the memory of what was once the reality of a world at war. The distinctive drone of those Pratt & Whitney engines is a sound that can be heard for several miles, but to air race fans, it's music they won't soon forget. These planes fly only inches off the ground, each pilot jockeying for position. Some like to fly high, others get right down on the deck. From north of the border, the Canadian Snowbirds fly south each September to put in a stunning command performance at the Reno Air Races.
I'm here today with Major George Howie, the leader of the Snowbirds. George, I'd like you to tell our viewers here some of the maneuvers that you've performed here today with your team.
Yes, Roger. Well, the maneuvers start with the 9-plane opening sequence, where the formation is in an inverted wedge position. Basically, that is 5 aircraft line abreast up front and 3 behind and 1 right at the tail end. Coming in head-on to the crowd into a looping maneuver. The loop starts at 300 knots, and I use 3.5 G up front, keeping the formation with me. Approaching the vertical, I change into the diamond formation, the big 9-plane diamond formation. And out the bottom side, I do a quarter clover to the left, so that I exit to the crowd's right. Following that, the formation change is called into the big arrow formation. And at that point, there's a turnaround established, come back in towards the show center, and do the 9-plane big arrow roll.
Smoke is on center stage as we take a close-up look at the unique flying formations of the world-famous Canadian Snowbirds. Watch the underside of each aircraft for the white outline of the Snowbird insignia. As the snowbirds break away into the sun, we're going back to center stage and watch one of the all-time favorite aerobatic pilots of our generation. Now, the plane you're watching may not look like much at the moment, but folks, grab hold of your seats. This is where the pavement ends and the West begins. That red, white, and blue aircraft is called a Super Chipmunk, but the pilot is no squirrel. He's performed in more motion pictures and air shows than you and I will probably ever see. From Southern California, please welcome America's foremost stunt pilot, Mr. Art Scholl. Now, something a lot of folks don't know is that Art Scholl often takes along his little dog for the ride. He's been performing here in Reno for several years now, but no matter how many times folks see the show, they keep coming back for more. Now here's the maneuver everyone's been waiting for. It's called the Lumpschlaveck. Watch closely as Art Scholl literally throws his airplane across the sky, completely out of control. Let's watch that maneuver again from a different camera angle. Only this time, let's watch it at normal speed. Anyone care for a little airplane ride? Watching Art Scholl perform is sort of like watching a three-ring aerial circus. He's got colored smoke, firecrackers. What's next? Well, watch as he flies inverted only inches from the ground to snag a red ribbon off the runway with his vertical stabilizer. Here it comes! He's got it! Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest stunt pilots of our time, Mr. Art Scholl and the Super Chipmunk. We've got a few moments before the next event. Let's watch some of the Unlimiteds take a few turns on the course. We'll be back for more Unlimited racing later. But right now, Let's watch as Formula One midget racers traverse the course. These tiny planes are so fast and maneuverable, the pilots must wear G-suits to protect their bodies from the tremendous pressures in the turns. Here's an act that's hard to follow. This is Leo Laudenschlager. Note the precision of his point turns, the mark of a real champion. These pilots have to stay in the peak of physical health to withstand the G-forces of aerobatic flight. And here's why. When his routine is over, Leo wastes no time getting his plane down. Now here's an exciting airplane. It's called a D5J. We call it fast. So fast, it was all our cameraman could do to keep it in frame. This lightning-quick aircraft is what you get when you take a superior pilot like Corky Fortnoff and build a jet aircraft the size of a kiddie wagon around his body. Look out! Here comes trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the best that three pilots and a whole lot of talent can put together. Here are the Ray-Ban Gold. Where did the other guy go? I don't know, maybe he's down this way. No, he's up here. Up where? Never mind. Now watch closely as the Ray-Ban Gold perform a hammerhead in triplicate. Smoke is on center stage as the Ray-Ban Gold put their distinctive black and gold airplanes through the paces at the National Championship Reno Air Races. I don't know about you guys, but I've had about enough of this flying upside down sideways. What do you say we split? Bye-bye! The nice thing about a large air show is that you never run out of different-looking aircraft to see. Here comes a C-5A Galaxy, the largest cargo plane in the world. Back on the tarmac, it's race time for the Big Unlimiteds. This is the event everyone's been waiting for. There's a beautiful Mustang, followed by a Navy F-8F Bearcat. The wings have been chopped down for better speed, and the prop only has a few inches ground clearance. In a few minutes, these pilots will be flying at speeds in excess of 400 miles per hour. At that speed, things can happen pretty fast up there. Bob Hoover is something of a legend in aviation, and he leads the start of each unlimited race in his yellow North American P-51 Mustang. Prior to the race, he briefs the pilots so they are prepared for the unexpected. As they taxi up the runway for takeoff, we thought you might like to hear what these pilots have to consider before climbing into the cockpit of these powerful, supercharged, vintage World War II aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Hoover.
Gentlemen, we'll be taking off individually. I'll be taking off on the right side of the runway, and the pole position airplane will follow me on the left, and we'll alternate back and forth until we get everybody airborne. Immediately after takeoff, I'll turn right approximately 30 degrees and head for the crest line at the top of the hill over here, and then start a gradual turn back to the left. We'll call that the downwind leg, and At that point, I'll call out my altitude and airspeed, and you'll be able to find me easily enough, I'm sure. Then as we come around the backside of the mountain over here, we'll call that the base leg. I'll be holding a constant power setting throughout that portion of the flight. And then when I turn onto the chute, I'll so advise and give you my power settings, which should be constant right through that point. And as we turn down the chute, I'll not add power until I so advise. And the first power application I'll call at the count of 3. Let's say 1, 2, 3, power. And it won't be an abrupt power change. It'll be an easy power change. So you'll have plenty of time to make your adjustments in the cockpit. And I'll call out a second power setting, at which time we'll be doing approximately 350 to 400 miles an hour as we go down the chute. Remember, you have to keep your airplanes behind the nose of my airplane. Ground observers, as well as myself, will be able to call whether or not you're in a start position. Please realize again that if you're ahead of me, then you're going to be penalized a whole lap. So make certain that you stay behind me, and I'll delay my pull-up and the start of the race as long as possible to give you every possible break in the world to get slowed down once you start accelerating. I'm fully aware that your airplanes are so clean and so fast that when we do start downhill, you begin to accelerate much faster than my airplane does as a stock airplane. But once the race is started, I'll be above you at approximately 10,000 feet. And when we have a Mayday, and I hope we don't, but it seems to be an inevitable thing in our thing of air racing, think about what you're going to do. You want to pull the airplane up immediately as you pull up to gain altitude. You want to pull your RPM lever back. You want to start shutting off switches. If you feel like you've got a fire, get the fuel off, get everything shut down. Zoom as high as you can. I'll be right on you as quickly as possible to determine the seriousness of your situation. I will advise if I feel you need advice. If you are on fire, if you've got everything shut off, give it a few seconds. Stick with it for perhaps even as much as a minute to ensure that maybe the fire goes out. If it doesn't go out, then roll the airplane inverted. Release the canopy. Don't open the canopy until you're ready to get out, until you're inverted, because once you're inverted, you release the canopy, you can break clear of the flames. If you open that canopy while you're still in an upright position, it'll just suck it right back. All the flames will come right in the cockpit. So keep the canopy on until you're ready to go. Now, let's hope that that kind of a serious situation doesn't occur.
They're on the course and racing here at the National Championship Reno Air Races. Anxious crew members watch from the pit as their aircraft fly by at speeds over 400 miles per hour. The engines are in top condition, but at these speeds, anything can happen. Down on the course, a pilot is reporting that he has a mayday. He's pulling up now, gaining some altitude for safety. We'll keep an eye on him as the race continues. Let's go back. There's the mayday aircraft making a safe landing. He's on the ground and appears all right. Let's get back to the action. Air racing is an exciting spectator sport, and Reno puts on quite a show. Next September, when you're looking to wrap up summer with a bang, take to the skies and join us for the greatest aerial extravaganza on Earth, here at the National Championship Reno Air Races.